Well, it's a couple days before the election, and as you may know, I'm asking people to wait to renew on issue 22. That is, this election, vote no on issue 22. Two main things that we're looking for from the city in order for us to change our vote. The first is to campaign honestly about the election. If they were to campaign honestly about this election, they would tell you they need you to pass the police and fire levy in order to free up extra money so that they can build new city offices. But the issue that I'm talking about today is for them to issue good cost revenue statements about major city projects like the revamping of the Marion Shopping Center. Before we get into the conversation that I witnessed with Mayor Gore, let me show you what it is that we're asking for. If you go to the city website, you will see that there's nothing here about the Marion Shopping Center and the revamping of it. However, you can see we created a nice portal here for residents to be able to see what was going on with the Rose Music Center. You can see that we produced, starting out to 2014, detailed expenses, and kept that going all the way through 2018. You also see that they have done nothing on this page since 2018. So that's the kind of web page that we're looking for, so that residents can come in and see how their money is spent for major projects like the Marion Shopping Center. So let me get into the conversation that we saw with Mayor Gore. Now, it's really important here how important it is that we have official documents to reference as opposed to off-the-cuff kind of remarks that we deal with even in city council meetings. In city council meetings, you don't have the read-aheads that you used to have before, and so you're getting a lot of off-the-cuff kind of information. So this is an example of what you get when it's off-the-cuff. All right, and there shouldn't be anything else taken from this conversation. But you see here that Mayor Gore was in a conversation, and he asked specifically, do you know the financial impact of the renewal levy? And then again, he asked, do you know the actual numbers? Right, so he started this conversation about the actual numbers. You go on further, and then the person he was talking to started to keep that conversation going, and so he said specifically, how much is this particular levy, issue 22, going to raise for the city? And you can see that the mayor responded $5 million. A minute or so later, I responded with the actual number of $2.7 million. Right? And this is what happens when you're doing stuff off the cuff and not paying attention. If you look at what's on the website now, you can see that he actually made an edit from $5 million annually for 10 years to $5 million with both combined annually for 10 years. Now this is confusing in this conversation because most residents don't know that there's going to be another renewal levy on the ballot in upcoming elections. But you can ask the mayor himself why he decided to bring that into this conversation as opposed to just correcting this to 2.7 like it was pointed out. But here's the point again though. This is what happens when you don't have official documents to look off of and you're just looking off the cuff. Okay? So you get the question from the resident, what's 2.5% projected to raise? You get a wrong answer, right? And then you have to have somebody that's done a little research in order to help out the conversation, and then you can get it corrected. However, you don't have to worry about this if this kind of information is provided in documents such as like the facts for the election or other information that you can find on the city website. All right, so for important information like major projects or even this renewal levy, you need to have accurate, published information, and that'll allow residents to discuss issues that are important. so that they can make an informed decision when they go and vote.